call officially call the Jefferson County HHRC meeting to order. This August 29th meeting. Let me get my minutes up. Oh, I just have to scroll to find them. There they are. All right, so our first item on the agenda after the call to order is the approval for minutes from the previous meeting. Currently, I don't think we have a quorum, so, and I can't vote on that because I wasn't here for that meeting.
Sure.
So
Wait.
we'll wait. So we can note that we will wait till the next meeting when we have a quorum, hopefully. And so we'll pass by that agenda item. Number 3 is time for public input, which I don't think we have any public input tonight. We didn't receive any online messages from that I'm aware of either, so that bypasses number 4 as well. So we can follow up on action items from the previous meeting.
So I've reached out to Bethany Legacy and the mayor, but I haven't heard back yet. I didn't do it right after the last meeting. It's been kind of late minute. So when I hear back from them, we'll set up a date. If it's, I told them about our next meeting, so maybe it'll be then. If not, we'll see what other dates we can come up with, but move that forward.
Yeah.
I did talk to the sheriff and he's like, whenever you want to set it up. So do you have Ben's contact information?
Well, my update is, because the prosecutor and I were in conversation about having a big, domestic violence and sexual assault training day. So actually he booked the venue over at Ivy Tech because he said it's a little bit bigger
Okay.
than the room at the jail, and that way we can open it up to more individuals.
Okay, great.
So we've secured a date for October 10th. We have a meeting next week to finalize the agenda, and then flyers will be created and I'll start distributing those.
Okay, I'll pass that along to Ben so he can send.
Yeah, and I was gonna, send him an email and,
Okay.
yeah.
Should we reach out to other law enforcement agencies in the county and see if they also would like to attend?
I was gonna send it, to the chief and then to the sheriff. And then I think when I talked to the prosecutor, we were, contemplating even opening it up to like Hanover and Switzerland County law enforcement. But other professionals can come as well. I think the CAC might be interested, and we're just gonna really open it up to
Okay.
professionals in the community that are interested.
Is it the 10th do you have a time or?
No,
Okay.
but that will finalize that. The meeting, next week is with the 2 of the trainers that we've secured. So
Okay.
once we meet
That's
with
good.
them, then we'll have that, agenda finalized.
And just for the agenda purposes for tonight, I just want to verify you are Kim, correct? Kim Bowman.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I know minutes. So I always like to
And
make
it's-
sure.
It's BOH, not W.
BOH.
BOHMAN, and you would say passages?
Yes.
Okay, is there an S or?
No.
Okay, say passage. Okay.
Yeah.
I know, it's one of those words you just make plural for some reason. Great. So that's in progress. That's wonderful. If you need any help from us in spreading the word, let us know.
I'm sure David will get it on the website, but just, if he doesn't, just let me know and then we'll get it up there too.
Okay,
Post it,
yeah.
so.
I think I have Cammie's email, so I was gonna maybe send a copy of the flyer to her once we finalize it, but
Yeah. Yeah, and since the last time I was at one of these meetings, I got put on the Hanover Town Council. So now I can actually like say that at a council meeting for them to know about too, with the Hanover Police at least, so. So great. Any more updates on that? Anything else?
Mhm.
Great to hear that it's in progress.
Absolutely.
All right. The next follow-up item was learning about Narcan availability at events.
Yeah, I'll have to check. I don't know who would
Yeah, that's a good question. Who, health department? Come on in. Maybe we could ask Tammy, she might know.
yeah, I can ask Lindsay, but I don't know that, at events. how many they're at and who's I mean, is it, would it be EMS, you think? I mean, cause I don't know, they're all events, but they're definitely got a number of events. I can reach out to Shane, EMS and see if they have it when they're out, they might they do, but for sure, so.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have EMS board meetings too. I don't know if that's something we should go to see if they can make that like a work control policy or something like that.
I'll ask him and see what he says, or maybe have him come here next time and just
Sure.
talk about it, see what.
Okay, so we'll make that an action item to follow up about how that conversation went with EMS.
I'll invite him just to come share stuff.
Okay. Welcome. We are doing follow-up from previous meeting. We don't have a quorum.
We figured we weren't gonna get one, so we figured we'd go ahead and get started.
Yeah, so we can't vote on stuff, but we are just getting updates. Were there any other action items, just so you know, now that you're in the room? Progress for Healthy Community Initiative meetings, still working on that. Kim's here and she let us know that, Ivy Tech has booked a room for October 10th and for the safe passages training for, law enforcement.
And others.
And others,
Just,
yeah.
well,
And they have like facilitators lined up and they're working on an agenda, and so we should see flyers out soon. Yeah, so it's happening. And then Dave's gonna follow up with, EMS, and invite people to our next meeting about Narcan availability events, so we can learn more about that. Were there any other action items that I did not catch from the last agenda?
The only one that I had was about you distributing applications of prospective new members
I
for
think I
approval.
did that.
I think you did too.
It's been a long time though, since it's been a while since we met. And I would pull that up and be like, let's look at it, but we don't have a quorum to vote on it,
Yep.
so. We'll put that on the agenda again for the next meeting, and hopefully when we have consecutive meetings and not a gap in the schedule, we'll have our attendance and get it down for next time so we can get more. I think along with that, since we still only have, I believe, one application, and we love quorums.
love of necessity.
Continuing to push for even more members since we're down a few, is key. And then with that, we can take that to number 6 on our agenda. Any new business, one was to do a vote that we can't do because we don't have a quorum. And I guess one thing that I don't have on the agenda that I feel like could be new business is, there are some events coming up that I know we have subcommittees to kind of try to recruit membership and to spread awareness about our existence. And I know the Hispanic Cultural Awareness Festival is coming up in September before our next meeting. Do you all agree that we should try to be there for that, to recruit members and spread awareness of what we do? Okay.
Do you know the dates on that?
Yes, the Hispanic Cultural Awareness Festival is at Eggleston, and it's on the 21st of September. That's a Saturday from 4:30 to 9 p.m. I know I was there yesterday last year, with the table, and it was a very festive event. They have really excellent food and entertainment and music, and it was very crowded. I think the challenge is we had paper, And so not a lot of people wanted to talk to us. We didn't have fun, exciting things. So I don't know if there's something we could think about to make this more fun and exciting and engaging. We had a table next to lawyers. They got more traffic than. They were Spanish speaking lawyers though, so that was helpful, so. So yeah, if y'all have any thoughts on that, feel free to follow up. We can treat it as a subcommittee conversation of how to like be more engaging, I guess, at that event. Because yes, my brain can't think of it right now, but that would be a goal for me. But yeah, I had some flyers last year with a QR code with our website, things like that.
And didn't get the attention.
I mean, some people got it, but it didn't just grab you, so unfortunately, the problem with paper. So yeah. I'll be thinking about that. Is anybody here interested in, joining at that event? I'm unavailable. Okay. Okay.
Check my calendar, too.
It's on Saturday, 21st.
Mhm.
Confirmed. So I have a non-solid plan that I need to see if it's gonna pan out.
Yeah, I think in the past, the Broadway reunion happened at the same time, but I don't think they're having it this year.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. So I can check with Tamika and see if she's available, because I know she's usually at the other event. And we can check with Cammy as well. And unfortunately not our new member. But yeah, I think it is important that we're there. All right, well, I'll send out, I'll put an action item for me to send out a call for volunteers for the subcommittee for spreading awareness and membership to be at that event.
love it.
All right. All right, so the next thing, discuss future meeting dates, which I think we can do without voting. And right now, I think I have on my phone, I can see where things are. I know September 26th is the date we have down. I think that one has been set for a while, so we won't confirm that one. October 31st, Halloween. We want to have an event on Halloween. Do people celebrate Halloween? Okay. I do enjoy it. Should we adjust for? I don't like to drive around that night.
Right.
I will say, because of all the foot traffic and darting and dark costumes and things like that. Do you think that's enough concern to move the October meeting to like, maybe a week before? Do y'all have a meeting the week before in this space?
Ours are the 3rd and the 17th in October. So
Okay, so October 24th, I'm gonna go ahead and move that on my calendar. Or propose a new time. That works. We can write that in our notes and get that updated. Okay, and then November. November's tough because I think it falls on Thanksgiving, which I'm sure.
I like you all, but not
No.
enough.
This is good work, but that is good food and family, so, let's see.
We do have a commissioner meeting on the 21st, the week before, so.
Okay. And since we're moving the October meeting up a week, if we moved it to the 14th, would that make sense?
I
So,
would not be able to make it, but that,
I would not either on the 14th. That's 2 out, so.
there's a quorum. Would a Friday or a Wednesday work better?
Friday would work.
Fridays work better than Wednesdays for me because of student senate.
How about the 22nd? That would be like the Friday before Thanksgiving break, but not Thanksgiving weekend. Dave, do you see anything on the 22nd of November? Okay. Since it does fall off of our normal schedule, should I email about that? Okay, and I'll get it updated on our website. Because also we have some website update bullet points as well on the agenda. Right. I got an email kind of out of the blue from an organization called Start Your Recovery with a request to share their website as a resource on our webpage. It looks legit to me. They're very conscientious about following up. It kind of covers recovery of all sorts. It's not specifically for addiction only. But it seems to be resources, and they're connected with a lot of partners, with a lot of broad different kind of objectives. I think it's kind of a low risk thing to do to add it to our website, but I wanted to check with y'all to see, not as a vote, but just as a nodding your head, yes, that's
Yes.
something we can do. Yeah,
Makes sense.
all right. I didn't want to do it without notifying the committee or saying it out loud, so. All right. All right, start your recovery. Let's see, another thing, the Healthy Community Initiatives Community Health Fair is happening on September 7th. I have not reached out to them since we have not had a meeting. Do we want presence at that, or is that something we try to follow up on for next year?
I think we go there, 9 and at Hunter Hall, right?
Yeah, it is 9 to noon, Hunter Hall, September 7th. November still. Think I will be around. That's next weekend essentially. I could reach out to them to see, if we can have a table. Is that something y'all would like me to do?
We can see, even if there's like, oh, we're full, we can still be there and
Yeah, we can show up.
crash the party. Why not?
All right, I'll make it up for myself.
And there's also a healthy youth fair on Friday, the 20th of September.
Okay, I didn't get that one on here.
That's, they do it at, I think, in the parking lot of the Madison High School it's like before the football game kind of thing. So that's, might be another one just to,
That's the 20th?
Yeah.
I'll have to see.
maybe one just, I mean, I can show up,
Or you can be there at least.
yeah,
Is that also through the Healthy Communities
I
Initiative?
think so, yeah.
Okay, so I'll ask about both.
Yep.
Would you want to set up a table, or do you just want to show up?
If they have room for a table, I can set up a table. I'll just walk up. Okay, so
I've got a birthday that day, so I don't know if I can make it myself. All right. Okay, excellent. Any other things, events, things like that you'll have heard of? Comments about?
So there's, on the 5th of October, there's the Saluda Fall Harvest Festival down in Chelsea Jubilee.
Okay,
Kindness, Jefferson County's putting that on. I don't know if that would be, to get out and talk to folks.
yeah, beyond like Madison and Hanover.
Mm-hmm. It's at noon. They didn't have a completion time.
Perfect. And that one might be tough for me.
Yeah.
That's homecoming day at Hanover College. So that might be tough for a few people.
Yeah.
Several of, we have an extra person on our board who now works at Hanover College. So, so that's the tricky thing with that one. If you want to, we could reach out to set up a table if you were interested in going, and we could see. It's not reunion. Oh,
My 40th.
oh, man.
I'm old. No, I am. Okay.
It's fine.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
Okay,
I am just coming back Saturday morning, so I just don't know how soon I'll be back, but I may show up. I don't think we need a table, but I'll just show up and.
I'll note in my email about the, Hispanic Heritage Festival, I'll note that one too. The Chelsea Jubilee.
Yeah, that's where it's at the Saluda Fall Harvest Festival, I think is the name of it. Yeah.
Okay,
So just so I can make sure I have the right details, October 5th, Saluda Fall Harvest Festival, hosted by Kindness Jefferson County at noon.
At Chelsea Jubilee.
we'll see availability for that, with, people who are here. All right. The only other thing I have on new business was just something that's kind of been bouncing around in my head ever since the Pride Festival. I talked to somebody there who they in Muncie had worked with, I forget if it was the city of Muncie or the county or what, to create an ordinance for fair housing. Which piqued my interest because I know I know that HRC in Madison formed as a fair housing group.
I think the county had to have an ordinance like that for some, grants that we were applying for, so I think we have that. I can see what that.
Did they just formally distance themselves from that responsibility? I know that I just saw in the newspaper a different reporting structure that they voted on for that organization.
I know they've kind of basically updated the ordinance. I don't know how it's changed.
Okay.
And that's kind of why I say research on this bullet point, because I'm like, what's happening? Can we learn a little more about it? See if anybody else knows.
They didn't feel like they have like legal expertise. They didn't feel comfortable because they had an investigative responsibility and they didn't feel qualified. And so they're redoing it. And I think it's supposed to go to city council. It hasn't happened yet, but they approved it amongst themselves. That basically there'll be kind of like an outreach, like to
Mhm.
direct people where to go, information and resources. But they won't be doing, like, if as a case comes to them, that they would be the ones making decisions or
Mhm.
investigations and all that, because they didn't feel qualified.
Okay. Yeah, but I know when we were looking into this particular, committee, it's like, is there enforcement power or not within the ordinance? I don't know if it was centered around that. I know that we don't have any kind of enforcement powers within our committee. So I was just curious to see kind of what our ordinances around housing specifically said and kind of what groups they reference. Because the guy I talked to at the Pride Festival said that they specifically added language pertaining to the LGBTQ community so that there wouldn't be discrimination against those groups specifically. Because maybe the state's wording for housing discrimination may not cover some of the specific parts of the group. But really, I need to do more research on it. I just wanted to see if anybody else knew anything or had ideas about it.
I don't remember what it said, but I know we had to put one together.
Could you, share that out with us? Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about that, if people can turn people away from housing due to like gender identity or, orientation or anything like that, so, I'm just curious to see what the language is used. Okay.
So as the action item, if I just had it as share out information about fair housing to the group from David, would that, is that
Sure.
to?
Here, but fair housing ordinance, because we had let me know
Great.
specifically.
Did you get the grant
Or,
that you had to have the fair housing ordinance for?
yeah,
Oh, nice. Excellent. Wow.
this is for
Across the
the,
board.
the small business revolving loan
Mhm.
grant.
Okay. Wonderful.
And we've what would have been probably 20, 21, some 20, I think. We've rolled it over, so we'll give it out to folks, to a business, they pay half of it back and the rest of it gets forgiven. So we've gone through that several cycles where I think because of the reporting requirements and trying to ask people, how did COVID impact your business in 2024? They're like, I'm not sure what you're talking about. So we're gonna go to just make it a grant. We have to go through public hearing and some things like that. So we're in the process of making that. We'll still offer it out to folks, but instead of a loan, it'll be just a grant. But yeah.
Sounds good. And we'll look out for that. Any other new business that anybody wants to bring up?
I don't know, we talked a little bit about housing and stuff, and the Ohio Valley Opportunities is the Jefferson County representative for that, for the Indiana Housing and Community Development Authority. I don't know if you wanted to invite them to come to a meeting and talk a little bit about what they do.
OVO?
Yeah,
Okay. We could,
it kind of goes in the housing and maybe not directly with what you're talking about, but it is in fair housing for how to get them housing resources and things like that, so. I can reach out and I don't know if they can make it next meeting, but give them the dates and see if we can get it.
sure, that would be great. Because it is kind of like a mystery. It'd be good to see if there is an organization that has some research on like what specific things are kind of getting in the way of people finding housing. And I know that cost is a huge one and then availability is another
Yeah.
huge one, but is there anything else that we can work on? That might be standing in the way that's not one of those two things?
We built them out, no.
All right. We are building some houses in Hanover.
Mhm.
Exciting. All right, any other things? Okay.
So this is old business probably that I missed, but I saw 2 fitness pads out in the wild. So
Out in the
one,
wild?
out in the wild, yes. One was in Richmond, Kentucky on Lake Reba. So they have this huge complex that has soccer stadiums, a lake, and the fitness pad was there. It was so cool. We played on it.
Good deal.
And then the other was in Kutztown, Pennsylvania. So I was visiting family and I was like, look.
There it is. I know what that is.
Yeah,
All right, well, good.
so they were really neat. It was on a college campus there, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I'll reach back out. I'll give them a little bit of time to think about it and reach back out, try to get them to either come to the next meeting or set up another meeting there. Cause I think once they see it and it's, you know, in today's world where the cost of things is out of this world, that really is not.
It's not.
And the benefits are just getting people outside, you know, so.
And have they expressed interest to you in it, or are they just,
I just haven't heard back from them. I mean, I know it's been a busy time. There's a lot of things going on.
and maybe worth reaching back out?
Yeah,
To
yeah, that's what I was
Hanover?
going to.
Cause
No, I have.
Yeah.
I have heard it.
you have an in, and Hanover College just got a
Oh, yeah, $30 million.
grant.
Yep. I know.
And
I
a big
know
part of
this
that grant goes to the town of Hanover, specifically to the park. I don't know how we're gonna
Jefferson
spend
County.
it. So,
Sure.
yeah, I mean, the game has changed, so maybe, let me know. I don't know the rules of that yet, but.
Yeah, I remember whenever, the president was talking about it, it was basically like, this isn't a time for new ideas because they are very prescribed on what that money is used for as part of their bid for the grant. But I don't know if that means the money's going to the park or the money's going to do these things at the park. And so I
Yeah,
think that is a bit unclear to me.
yeah, I've heard a few things about the intentions, but we haven't had our official meeting of what was in the grant yet, so I just know park.
Yeah.
Park, question mark, is what I know, so.
Neat. They do exist.
They do,
I
yeah.
don't know why.
In the wild.
In the wild.
You do a safari? No.
I've used that phrase before too, like when you're talking about something in theory, and then you see it out in the world. And you're like, yes, it's a fun way to look at the world. All right, thank you. I'll ask again, anything else? Because as if we keep having things, I'll keep asking, so. All right, then we will call that done with number 6. So now number 7. DJ, can you note the action items for the next meeting?
Yeah, I have David Bramer follow up with EMS about Narcan at events. James Stormer have a presence at the Hispanic Cultural Festival on September 21st from 4:30 to 9 p.m. to recruit new members. James Stormer will reach out about a table for the Healthy Community Initiatives Community Health Fair and Youth Health Event. David Bramer share information about the fair housing ordinance with the group, and Dave Bramer invite OVO to meeting to discuss fair housing in Jefferson County.
Sounds good. The next thing on the agenda is just a note again, future meeting dates. I have September 26th, October 24th, and November 22nd.
Second.
And then, number 9 is adjournment. So I move to adjourn this meeting.
Second that.
We are seconded by Amanda, and so we are officially adjourned.